Hey, hello everyone. Good morning. So, can you confirm audible or not? You can use your chat window or you can unmute and talk. If you have any questions in the middle, also feel free to ask. Okay. So, today's our workshop session is regarding we have one React application, for example. That React application, how to deploy in different cloud environments, for example in GoDaddy and AWS S3 bucket and Azure in one of the data source, like that. Okay, via Jenkins pipeline, via Jenkins CI/CD pipeline. So the thing is like, you have already application. Okay, you have an idea on React, you created an application based on the client requirement, whatever the functionality you implemented already. That means already React application is there. That React application I want to publish. Okay, for example, you are developing one application. So far, while developing the application, you only the person can see it, right? Once my development is completed, okay, you have to publish that application to this world or not, then only, right, remaining people can see. Yes or no? For example, any website you can take it, they are going to, okay, they publish it, that the reason we are going to see or not. Google.com, Google people publish so that world can see it. Okay, our application you can take it, for example. Okay, any application you can take. Okay, 3ds code. Okay, this particular application we deployed, that the reason in this world anyone can see this application or not. Got my point? So the thing is, I have created one application like this. Already I have an application. This is my mission. In my mission, I have one React application based on some requirements. Okay, I develop. Okay, I developed. Okay, development is done. For example, development is completed. Once my development is completed, while developing the application, okay, I only can see in my local machine or not. While developing the application, okay, I can see, I can do some changes, I can test it, all these things I can do it or not. Once my application requirements you developed, the development is completed, that application you have to publish to the world or not. That application you have to deploy. That is nothing but a deployment. That application you have to deploy in one server, so that in the world anyone can see your application or not. So our goal is like this part, this application, okay, I think already completed. The React application already there. Once we have this application, the next level, how we can deploy to the cloud servers is like S3 bucket, is like Azure, is like GoDaddy. Okay, multiple cloud providers are there. These three we are going to discuss. Okay, so the procedure. Okay, first you have a React application. This application in my cloud, okay, in my local machine at this moment, this application in my local machine. Okay, in my local machine we have this application. I only can see it. Okay, as a developer, I only can see, modify, test, all these things I can do it. So last workshop, if you observe, no one in your companies, no one maintain your code in your local machines. Where we are going to maintain the code, we are going to use like some version controls, right? Like Git, Bitbucket, SVN, like this different version controls are there. We are going to maintain our source code there or not. So once you have the React application, okay, no one maintain that application in my local machine due to some reason. For example, my local machines, okay, got like, okay, corrupted. So there may be a chance of lost your code or not, what you developed. That's the reason. Okay, in your real-time applications, no one maintain the code in your local machines or not. They are going to maintain in your, okay, version controls like Git, Bitbucket, SVN, like this different providers, service providers are there. So whatever you have the React application, first of all, that application you can maintain or manage in your one of the GitHub repository. So in my GitHub, repository you can maintain. Already last session we discussed about, in the GitHub I purchased, my company people can purchase some space. In my company there has multiple projects are going to running. In my project they allocated some space. In my project there has multiple developers are working. Each and every developer can create their own branches or not. All the developers code we are going to maintain in one of the branch. It's like most of the times it's like main or master branch or not. So that, okay, this is our, okay, this is our, okay, main branch, for example. Okay, so all the developers code we are going to maintain where in our main branch or not. See, this is the GitHub. From the GitHub my company people purchased some space. Okay, in my company there has multiple projects are running. Each and every project, okay, created like a repository. In my repository there has multiple, okay, there has multiple, okay, in my project multiple developers are working. So that each and every developer has their own branch or not. Each and every developer has their own branch or not. Yes or no? So this is my branch, so my code inside main branch. My code is inside main branch. So from this main branch I want to deploy, okay, I want to deploy this code, or I want to publish this code in one of the service provider is like, okay, S3. The next one is like, okay, AWS S3 GoDaddy. The next one is like, okay, Azure, like that. Okay, so from this main branch I want to deploy the code. Okay, from here. So from this particular, okay, from this particular main branch, we are going to take the source code and deploy to, okay, one of the cloud server. It's like a GoDaddy. Okay, the next one is like AWS S3 bucket, and the next one is like Azure. Azure. So from this particular main branch, we can take the source code and deploy that source code in different cloud servers, in different cloud servers like this. Got my point? So first thing what you have to do, you have to create an application. That particular application you have to keep inside in your GitHub, one of the repository in main branch. Once you have the code in the main branch, you have to deploy that main branch code by using Jenkins pipeline in my GoDaddy server, using Jenkins pipeline in your SSD, and the next one is like Azure is our goal. Understood? All are okay up to here? Up to here, okay, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, then. First, I want to create one React application. First, let's create an application. Okay, a simple application we can create. Let's create an application first. So there has multiple ways or there to create an application. The base skeleton of your application you can get it like multiple ways. Okay, one is like create next app. Okay, we have the React official website. Okay, react.dev is the official website. In this website, if you observe, there has multiple ways you can create an application. They provided like different commands. Like one is like create next app, that is one command. Next one is like create React router, this is one command. The next one is like expo, which is related to native application. Like this different commands are there. Okay, I'm going to prefer like white so that we can use that one. So first one is like create an application first. So npx is the command create my React app. Okay, it takes some time, just wait. Okay, you can proceed. Yes, you can do proceed. They're going to ask for which application. Just you can say like a React application. Okay, TypeScript or JavaScript or just okay, you can go with the JS. Okay, done. Once application created, you have to get the dependencies list by running npm install, and then you can run your application. So you have the folder created with some basic skeleton or not. So let me write all these steps here. The first thing is like what? Create React application. I use like one of the command create white your app name. Any app name you can give. Don't give like camel case. Wherever the camel case is there, just you can replace hyphen with lowercase. Once you created this application, download dependencies. Okay, how you can download the dependencies? Npm install is the command. Once you downloaded the dependencies, run the application. Okay, how we can run? Npm run dev is the command. So these steps you can complete it first. So let me open our application. Open folder. Just I created an application in desktop workshop folder, my React app. Okay, this is the application I created. Let me run the commands. So I open the terminal. You can go to git bash better. Run npm install is the command. Run npm install is the command. Whenever you run the npm install command, it is going to read the package.json and download the dependencies and place node underscore modules folder. Okay, if you have an idea on React, then that time, okay, it's like easy. If you don't have an idea on React, okay, don't think more about this one. So I'm running npm install command. Now it is going to download all your dependencies. Okay. Meanwhile, okay, done. It's downloaded, right? See, package.json. Whatever the dependencies mentioned in the package.json, it is downloaded and place which folder? Node underscore modules folder. And if you come here, there has a, okay, it is going to log the versions, current versions is going to log, okay, by using which file? Okay, by using package log.json file or not? By using package log.json file. You got my point? By using package log.json file, it's going to log the versions. Okay, once it is done, I want to run the application. Okay, so how we can run the application? Npm run or dev is the command. Just run the application. Npm run dev is the command. Whenever you run the application, you can see in this particular, in my local host, in this particular port number, you can see the output. Come here. Now see this. I think it's compiling. Once my compilation is done, okay, you can see the output. See, this is my output. Actually, this is, they written something. I don't want that one. So that you can go to app.jsx. Okay, all your code they written here. I don't want this code. Just you can delete it. Now you can write something related to us. Okay, deploy React application in GoDaddy first. Deploy React application in GoDaddy. Now say deploy React application in GoDaddy. Now the thing is, this application is running where? At this moment, the application is running where?
Local machine.
My local, right? In my local, the application is running. In my local, the application is running. Say here, my React application requirements completed, development is done. In my local, application is running. So if it is running in my local, If I share this URL with you, are you able to see the output? I shared the URL. Are you able to see the output? No. Okay.
No.
You can see the output. I am only the person. Okay. I am only the person can see. Why? Because that is running in my mission. In my mission. Okay. My mission operated by me. Whenever I want, I can open, I can run, I can shut down my mission. Yes or no? So the same application, our goal is like what? Should be accessed by each and every person in this world. Should accessed by each and every person in this world. That means what you have to do, whatever you are doing in your local mission, the same kind of mission I want in the cloud, right? Okay, local mission means my mission operated by me. Okay, whenever I want to open, I can open. Whenever I want to shut down, I can shut down. That is maintained by me. But think one mission, okay, not in your local. If the mission in the cloud, if you run the application in the cloud, if you know the IP address or if you know the address of the mission in the cloud, through internet we can connect or not. Yes or no? So that I need one mission in the cloud or not. That missions which never shut down 24 by 7, it's always up and running. The mission which is running always 24 by 7, most of the times terminology wise we can say like what, servers only or not. Okay, server is nothing but it's like mission only. Okay, that is never shut down. That is like in the cloud. We can interact with that particular mission if you know the address through internet or not. So who can provide the missions? GoDaddy, you can purchase one mission. GoDaddy people provide you one mission in the cloud, you can purchase it. AWS people for free of cost, they are going to provide you some missions. Azure for free of cost, 1 year free of cost, they are going to give some missions. You can use that one. You can use that one. Okay, done. My React application is completed. What is the next step? This React application, first of all, you have to keep inside one of the GitHub repository or not. Yes or no? You have to keep inside the GitHub repository or not. So my question is, last session we already discussed, we have one folder in my local machine. How we can bind that folder in your GitHub, one of the repository? If you want to bind it, first of all, can you create the repository in your GitHub? So how we can create the repository? First of all, you should have an account in the GitHub. It's also a free account. Okay, so the next step I'm going to write here. What is the next step? Once my application is running, okay, next, complete the requirements. Complete requirements. Okay, after that, push push the changes, push your application in your GitHub repo. So if you want to push, first of all, I need a GitHub repository or not. So this is my GitHub account. Let me create a new repository. Just click on the new. Now here, your repository name, you can add it. Okay, the repository name is like VTS deployments. Like this, you can add. It's like available. I want to make it like public. Okay, just you also can access this repository. Okay, and then I don't want to select anything. I want like a empty repository. Why? Because I have an application already in my local. That application I want to keep inside the empty repository. First time, you can create the repository. Once you created a repository, okay, if you want to add your existing folder to the repository, you can follow these commands. Okay, first one is like what? Git init is the command. Okay, now you can go to git bash again. Now you can run these commands. First one is like what? Git init. Okay, git initialized. The next one is like you have to add existing folders. Git status. These many files or folders are like changed. Git add for commit. The next one is like what? Git commit. First commit. Any message you can give it. Once you committed up to here done, you have to set the branch. Once you set the branch, you have to bind the repository to that particular branch. Okay, the branch inside which repository? Inside this repository, and then you can push it. Your changes you can push. Now done. My changes are like pushed. Yes. Once your changes pushed, now you can see your changes where? You can see your changes where? In your GitHub repository or not. Now, if you see, this is the public repository. Anyone can see my application or not. See, I shared the URL. You also can see or not. You also can access or not. Yes or no? Why? Because this is which kind of repository you created. You created like which kind of repository? It's a private or public repository you created. Public repository you created. If it is like a public repository, anyone can access that repository or not. Okay, most of the times no one create the public repository. Why? Because okay, this is my application, I don't want to show the source code to outside, right? Now it's okay, fine, but actually in your companies, okay, they are going to maintain our source code in the private, they are going to give the access to that respective persons or not. Yes, no? So come to this one. Where is that? Yes. Okay, now your code, where is your code now? Your code inside the GitHub repository or not? So once your code in the GitHub repository, okay, that means here in which branch? Your code in GitHub repository in which branch? The main branch or not? Once you have this code in the main branch, now from this main branch I want to deploy the code in the GoDaddy or not? Yes or no? I want to deploy this code in the GoDaddy. If you want to deploy this code in the GoDaddy, first of all, I want like one GoDaddy server. I want to purchase it. If you want to purchase, you can purchase. We have the official website is there, GoDaddy.com. Okay, you can create an account. You can create an account. Okay, you can account here. Okay, that account is like not a free account like AWS and Azure. It's like you have to pay some amount based on your usage. Okay, now once you have username and password, you can log in. Once you logged in, which applications you want to deploy, you have a procedure. Okay, you have like a procedure, those steps you can follow. Now I want to show that one. I have already the GoDaddy account. Okay, that means I have one mission in the cloud. Who provided? From where I purchased GoDaddy? In the GoDaddy I purchased. Now that mission I want to connect. So do you know how you can connect with the external missions? We have some softwares over there. One is like File Explorer. If you want to, okay, WinSCP. Okay, if you want to connect with the mission, if you want to see the files and folder, one of the software, it's like a free software, WinSCP. The next one is like a FileZilla. Also one software is there, FileZilla. Okay, FileZilla is also one software. Okay, most frequently we are going to use WinSCP and FileZilla to connect with your cloud missions. Okay, FileZilla. These are the open source softwares. The next one is like through command prompt. If you want to connect with the cloud missions, we have put this kind of softwares out there. Don't think more. I purchased one mission. For example, you have a mission. If you want to connect with the mission, first of all, where is your mission? You have to go and open. And whenever you click on the start button, it's going to ask the username and password. If it's like authentication is required, if the username and password is given, then the time just we are going to enter into that mission or not. Same like this, that mission in the cloud now. If you want to connect with the cloud mission, okay, that IP address is required and username and password is required. Everything I purchased so that I have the cloud IP mission IP address. I have the cloud mission IP address. I have the username and password. So all this information, if you have, you can connect with WinSCP or FileZilla. Now, if you observe here, I have the FileZilla software. Now see, I am able to connect with this mission or not. Now see this left side, this one is my local mission. In the right side, this one is there. Now this one is my cloud mission. Okay, cloud mission is nothing but GoDaddy mission. In my cloud, see, there has multiple domains over there. There has multiple domains I am maintaining in my GoDaddy cloud mission. Now see this. One of our website is like vtsschool.com is there. Now if you observe here that vtsschool.com, somewhere it should be there. See this vtsschool.com. I deployed here or not? That the reason in the cloud mission vtsschool.com I deployed, that the reason in this world anyone can see that vtsschool.com or not. So very simple. I have a mission in the cloud. That mission never shut down. I purchased that mission. That mission will never shut down. In my mission, so much space is there. Okay, I don't want to run only one application, right? See, in my local machine, there has multiple services are running, right? See, in my local machine, if you go to the task manager, there has multiple services are running or not? Yes or no? There has multiple services are running or not? There has multiple services. Where the services are going to run in my machine, each and every service is going to run in one port number or not. Same like this in my GoDaddy machine also. In my GoDaddy machine also, just I want to split. Okay, VTS school application I want to run in this particular section. Kalamschools.com I want to run here. The next application I want to run here. Like this, I want okay, I want to give like a separate space. Okay, I don't want to use entire machine for my VTS school. See, in my VTS school, okay, this is the code I deployed. The same like this, we have the Kalam schools also there. There has multiple website I'm deploying or not. Your post is there, right test is there. These many applications I deployed or not. You can see VTS school are able to see or not. Anyone can see. Kalam schools is there. Are able to see or not. The next one is like right test is there. Are able to see or not. See this. Not only me, in this world, anyone can see it or not. Your post is there. See this? Able to see or not? Got my point? So, I have a GoDaddy mission. In my GoDaddy mission, I want to deploy my application. For that purpose, I connected with the GoDaddy. I have the GoDaddy entire information. Okay, where it is running in the cloud, the IP address I know. Why? Because I purchased that machine. My mission username I know, my mission password I know. If you know all the information, you can connect like this. You can connect like this. So once you connected, in this particular GoDaddy mission, you need to give some space to deploy my application. So that I'm using one of the stage.ui javakit.com. This particular domain, subdomain, this is actually this particular subdomain. I want to use it. Okay, I want to use this particular subdomain. This domain is not there. Maybe okay, stays right. Just looking for VTS code. Subdomains are there or not there. If it is not there, that's okay. You can take one of the subdomains. Stays yes, sir. Stays.uijavakit.com is there. See, in this particular domain, in this particular subdomain, okay, I want to deploy my code. I want to deploy my code. So this is my GoDaddy mission. In my GoDaddy mission, there has multiple applications are running. Okay, in my GoDaddy mission, there has multiple applications are running. Okay, which applications? VTSschool.com, alarmschools.com. The next one is like writetest.in, yourpost.in, like this. Each and every application I allocated some space. That space I pointing with the domain name. Now also to my application, I allocated some space. That space, okay, I bind with one of the subdomain. Okay, I don't have any domain, so I use it like subdomain stays.uijavakit.com. So in this particular subdomain, in this particular space, I want to deploy my main branch code or not in the GoDaddy. Got my point? So if you come here, stays.uijavakit.com, stays.uijavakit.com, is it showing anything? Stays.uijavakit.com, JFVA, javakit.com. See this? 403 forbidden access denied, something like this it is giving. But I am expecting this particular output. That output not only me, anyone have to, okay, anyone have to access that one or not, like that I want to make it. So that our actual session is going to start from now. Now come here. I have the code in the main branch. That code I want to deploy in my GoDaddy mission. In which section? In the stays.uijavakit.com section or not? Stays.uijavakit.com section or not? How I can deploy means I want to write one Jenkins pipeline. Jenkins pipeline. I want to write like one Jenkins pipeline. I want to run like one Jenkins pipeline. In that Jenkins pipeline, just I want to run this. Got my point, everyone? Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, come here. Let me open that notes. First, if you want to enable Jenkins, okay, if you want to work with Jenkins, first thing what you have to do, you have to install, okay, Java. Why? Because this Jenkins, it's internally using Java to run it. That's the reason, first of all, in your mission, you should have to install Java, okay, 17 version or 21 version. It is going to tell, okay, it's going to tell. First of all, in your mission, Java is there or not there, check it. In your mission, Java is there or not there, you can check it. So how we can check? Like this, you can check. In your mission, Java is there or not there, you can check it. See, Java is there, na? Yes or no? Java is there. So once Java is there, you can install, okay, Jenkins. You can install Jenkins. Okay, so how we can install the Jenkins? You can go to this particular website. You can go to this particular website. You can download the Jenkins software and you can install it. You can go to this particular website. You can go to this particular website. You can download for Windows. Okay, based on your requirement. Okay, you can download and you can install it. Up here done. Okay, once installation is completed. Once the installation is completed, these two you can leave it for now. Why? Because we are targeting to GoDaddy, right? These two you can leave it. Now I want to run Jenkins in my mission. Once you install run Jenkins. Once you install Jenkins, run Jenkins in your mission. Run Jenkins in your mission. Run Jenkins in your mission. So how we can run the Jenkins in my mission? Whenever you install Jenkins software, okay, you can go localhost 8080 is the port number. 8080 is the port number. Now see, it looks like this. It is going to run like this. Now here you can give the username and password. Okay, I'm going to use another mission after some time. Okay, if the username and password is there, just you can click on it. Okay, username and password. Okay, now you can see if the username and password is correct, it is going to take you like this. Okay, so this is your Jenkins user interface. This is your Jenkins user interface. Understood, everyone? Got my point? Now here you have to create a pipeline. Okay, here you have to create a Jenkins pipeline. For what purpose? Tell me, by seeing this one. For what purpose? This Jenkins pipeline, what you have to do? He has to take the code from where? He has to take the code from your main branch in one repository in your GitHub account. From your GitHub account, take the source code. That code you have to build it, and then you have to deploy it or not. And then you have to deploy it or not. Yes or no? Now let me show you how we can build the code. Okay, how we can build the code. This is my application. Once my application deployment, okay, development is done. Now if you go to the package.json, if you go to the package.json, now see in the scripts section, there has one command is there. For what purpose? Build purpose. There has one command is there or not? Yes or no? There has one command is there or not? Come on. What is the command? What is the command? npm run build is the command or not? npm run build is the command. Now, can you do one thing? Can you try to access this particular URL? Can you try? Can you try to access this URL? What output you can get it? What is the output? You can get it. Are you able to see anything, or you are seeing like 403 forbidden? Come on, what you are able to see?
403 access is denied.
Okay, it's like forbidden, that kind of, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, now your code is here. Now this code I want to deploy, right? Okay, manual deployment I want to tell. Okay, it's take 5 minutes, that's it. Once your code is ready, you have to build the code first. Okay, what is the command? If you want to build it, npm run build is the command. Whenever you build it, now see, white build is running. Now there has one dist folder generated. Observe here, no one directly deploy the source code. Okay, which code is going to deploy? Which code is going to deploy? No one deploy the source code. Your minified code is going to deploy. See, the minified code is here now. Now I want to deploy the code. Where is your code? In my workshop folder, my desktop, in my workshop folder. This is my translate, my React app. Now this is there now. Now see, this is your minified code. Now this is my local machine and this is my GoDaddy machine. Moving files from my local machine to server. Okay, local machine to GoDaddy machine. It's like a server. It's not shut down. Moving the files from my local to server. Terminology wise, we can say like a deployment. It's like a manual deployment. See, manually, I moved my files from my local, from where? Okay, desktop or workshop. It's like local machine. From my local to cloud. GoDaddy server is nothing but deployment. Now, can you refresh the page? I deployed the changes. Can you refresh the page now? Can you refresh the page now? What you can see? Come on. Can you refresh the page? What you can see now? Are you able to see like this or not? Yes or no? Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, that means not only me, in this world, anyone can see this output or not? Yes, no?
Yes.
Not only me, in this world, anyone can see this output or not? Now, what I did, if you observe here, once my development is completed, what I did, I build my application or not? Build my application manually. By running which command? npm run build. Once you have the build code, manually I move the files from where to where? From my local to move the files from my local to where? From my local to cloud. From my local to cloud or not? Now this one I am not taking from here. This one I did like what? From where? From my local, right? I did it from my local. So I'm going to pointing like this. In my local application is there. That application, I build it, okay, manually, I build it and move that files into my GoDaddy or not. Moving the files from my local to, okay, server, we can say terminology wise deployment or not. Yes or no? Once you deployed the changes, once you deployed the changes, are you able to see the output or not? Yes or no? Now it is running in my local machine or cloud machine? Your application is running in my local machine or cloud machine? In the
Cloud mission.
Okay, not only you, in this world, anyone can see it or not? Appear okay, everyone? Come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, done. Now come here. So this is the manual deployment. Okay, no one do like this. Okay, small applications are there, small industries are there. Directly they are going to move the files to the cloud memory. That's okay. But our goal is like through Jenkins or not. Through Jenkins pipeline, I want to do the same operation. Don't think more. I want to do the same operation. So my Jenkins is running in my mission. So you have to create the pipeline file here. Okay, you can create one file here. What is the file? You know, okay, the file extension is like Jenkins. Okay, .jenkins like that. Okay, GoDaddy .jenkins. one file you can create. I already created, like, see, there is multiple files are there. Okay, you can take this. I'm going to share these files with you. You can use it. Now just take that file. You can paste it. You can paste it. Okay, now if you run this one Jenkins file, see how the Jenkins file is looks like. Now see, if you see this one, first one is like a pipeline. See, this is the code you have to, this is the statement, these are the statements you have to write in your Jenkins file. Whatever you did so far manually, you have to do the same thing through pipeline, Jenkins pipeline. That's it. Whenever you create an application, that application, if you want to run, you downloaded the dependencies. Which command you ran? npm install command you ran. Yes, no? Once application development is completed, to deploy, you build the application. Which command you ran? npm run build or not? Yes or no? Once you build that application, those changes you moved manually to my GoDaddy server or not? Which command you ran? I didn't run any command, just you drag and drop or not? Now, whatever you did manually, that one I want to do automation. You have to do it through Jenkins pipeline. Okay, what is that one? See, pipeline. Okay, agent any, just you can add that one. Stages. First stage is what? I have to install the dependencies. For that purpose, which command you want me to run? npm install is the command. That files why? Because my Jenkins is running in my Windows machine. That's the reason it's like a batch command. Now this is one stage. Install the dependencies is one stage. Open and close. This is one stage. Another stage is like what? Build. Okay. Which command? Just you ran. Which command you ran? Come on. Which command you ran? Build command is what? npm run build is the command or not? Yes or no? npm run build is the command or not? The next one is like what? Once you build the application, you move the files from where to where? You move the files from where to where? From my local to cloud memory or not? Manually. But I don't want to do manually. I want to copy or upload the files through pipeline. For that purpose, if you want to do it like, okay, automation, if you want to do it like through Jenkins, you have to connect with your GoDaddy server or not. For that purpose, username is required, password is required, IP address is required, and target, okay, targeted folder, okay, where you want me to deploy. Where you want me to deploy. Okay, stage.uijavakit.com, like that, where you want me to deploy. Okay, that targeted folder is required. Local path. Okay, local path is nothing but from where build or dist folder is there now. From that dist folder, whatever you have to move it manually. You did it. Now you have to do automation. Through automation, from the dist folder, whatever you have the files and folders, those are you have to move to your stage.uijavakit.com or not. For that purpose, okay, all these configurations you have to add it. Once you done this one, okay, these are the steps. Okay, you can find it to connect with your GoDaddy server. Okay, FTP user, FTP host, and local path, these all are required. Okay, by using web client, we are going to connect with you. With this information, I'm going to connect with my GoDaddy server. Somewhere you can see move the files. Okay, move the files from your local to server memory. Okay, from your local to server memory. These are the steps. Uploading the files. Okay, see how many files are there by using for each. Okay, just I'm going to upload it. First file I'm going to copy, second one I'm going to copy, like this. All the files you are going to copy from where to where? From my dist folder to stage.uijavakit.com. Okay, once all the files done. Okay, files to directories also. Okay, directories also all are done. Now finally you have to do what? Okay, my upload is completed. Like this, you can see this code you can find wherever. Okay, simply you can type like, hey, okay, how to move the files or how to deploy the code from my local to GoDaddy server through Jenkins pipeline. Okay, if you tell, you can get all this information, but this information is important. Why? Because my mission username you have to pass, my mission password, my mission host name, my mission target directory, and everything you have to pass it. Okay, local build path. Okay, all these things you have to pass it. Understood? This is your Jenkins pipeline. I'm going to share this code. Okay, once it is done, this particular Jenkins pipeline, you have to run it. How to run, I will show you in another mission. Okay, for now, just hold it. Up to here, okay, everyone? Come on, up to
Yes,
here.
sir.
Okay? So the next one is like what I have to do it in Azure and AWS, right? Just 5 minutes, you can take break and come back. Okay, meanwhile, I'm going to change the mission. Okay. Hey, I'm back. Can you hear me? Yeah. Now come here. Our file is what? What is the file? Our GoDaddy Jenkins file. Na? Our GoDaddy Jenkins file I added here. Now the Jenkins file contains what? Okay, these are the stages. First stage is like installing dependencies. The next one is like build. The next one is like upload to FTP. Okay, you have to upload your information. Okay, whatever you have in the list folder, you have to upload in your GoDaddy server or not. Now, can you come here? Now, you used FileZilla, right, in the past. Now, I want to use like WinSCP. I want to use like WinSCP. Now, in the WinSCP, see this. Another mission this is, I already told you. By using WinSCP also, we can connect with what? We can connect with your cloud missions. Now, can anyone tell me? I'm deleting this one. See, I'm deleting. Yes, I deleted. Stage.uijavakit.com is nothing is there. Stage.uijavakit.com is not having anything in my GoDaddy. Now, can anyone refresh the page? Are you able to see anything or 403? Can anyone confirm? Are you able to see or 403 only? Are you able to see or 403 only? Come on. Are you able to see?
No,
na?
no.
403, right?
403 it will be this.
Yeah. Now, by using Jenkins pipeline, I want to move our build folder or our dist folder files into my GoDaddy server. For that purpose, I'm going to write like a Jenkins pipeline. So I already installed Jenkins mission, okay, Jenkins software, and it is running in my mission. Okay, Jenkins software, once you run, okay, 8080 is the port number. Okay, just you can okay, log in. Once you log in, now see there has multiple pipelines I created. Just you can click on the new item. Here you can write or add some pipeline name and you can click on the pipeline. I already created one of the pipeline for my GoDaddy. So check it. See this. This is my GoDaddy pipeline. How we can create the pipeline means very simple. Click on the new item. Okay, here you can write like GoDaddy 1. Okay, click on the pipeline. Now click on OK. Click on OK. That's it. Okay, after that you have to do some configurations. What configurations are required? I will show you. I created like one pipeline for my GoDaddy. Can I click on the GoDaddy pipeline? Yes. This is my GoDaddy pipeline. This is my GoDaddy pipeline. Now see there has okay multiple builds I triggered. That's okay. Leave it. That is the past. Now you can see here configure. There has a configure is there. Once you created a pipeline, we have a configure. One option is there. Click on the configure. You have to configure something here. What configuration you have to do? You know what configuration you have to do? Where is your code? Tell me. Where is your code? Where is your code? Come on.
In
Your
GitHub.
code in the GitHub, right? Now, if you come here, it is a Git project. Okay, your source code, wherever it is, that particular GitHub repository, you have to add it. What is our repository name? What is our repository name? Come on, what is your repository name? If you not, okay, github.com, okay, VTS deployments. This is our repository name or not? Now see, this is my repository URL or not? So that repository URL you can place here, okay na? First thing is like, it is a Git project, that repository URL you have to place here. That. Okay, the next one, come down, that is one change. The next one is like, if you come here, the pipeline is there now, pipeline script from SCM, okay, or pipeline script. Okay, it's like, okay, from the source folder, you can get that file so that you can select pipeline script from SCM. If you select like a pipeline script, you have to add the script here. Whatever this file script having, you have to add directly there. I don't want that one. You can add that one also, no problem. I want to go with the pipeline script. So it is in the Git. In which repository you want to get the file? From this particular repository. What is the file? Okay, what is the file name? What is the file name? In this particular repository, in the main, what is the file name? What is the file name? The file name is like not Jenkins. The file name is what? What is the file name you created?
GoDaddy.
GoDaddy Jenkins or not? Just you can take GoDaddy Jenkins. GoDaddy Jenkins. Now you can save it. Now you can save it. Now if you come here, do we have that file? In your repository, do we have that file? You added that file in my local, but you not committed, right? You added that file in the local, but you not committed or not? You not committed or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? You have to commit it, right? So see, there has 3K changes it's showing. Why? Because you have to add like a code modules folder. You should not add. That's the reason you can create like a git ignore file. Okay, in the git ignore file, which files and folders you want to ignore, you can write here. Node underscore modules folder, I want to ignore it from the commit. MODULES. Okay, still where it's showing. Now see, it's not showing, right? Same like this, I want to dist folder also, I want to ignore from the commit. Okay, so 2 changes are there. Which changes? Those 2 changes, git ignore and GoDaddy Jenkins. You can commit from here only. You can use git add, git status, git push, right? Instead of running those commands, you can use the version control from your Visual Studio Code itself. Okay, now see, you can write the message. Okay, add Jenkins file. Just you can commit. Just you can commit. Say yes, and you can push also. Sync changes. Then the time it is going to push. Sync changes. Then the time it is going to push. Instead of using commands directly, you can do the same operations in your VS code. One of the future called is a source control is the future. Okay. Now, can you come here and refresh your Jenkins file? You can get it or not? This GoDaddy Jenkins file. This file only I mentioned in my configuration, right? Now see, my configuration I mentioned or not? VTS deployments is the repository. Now Jenkins file in the VTS deployments repository in the main branch, okay, and the GoDaddy file or not? Yes. Okay, these are the changes. I'm going to share this repository with you, no problem. Now what you have to do? You have to build. You have to build it. Now see, once you build that particular dist folder, whatever the files are there, those are coming here or not, you can check it. Now see, the build is running or not. All the stages you can see here. Go to the console output. Now, which changes first? See this. It is going to take your code from this particular repository. Okay, it is going to place in your local. And then the stages it's going to run. First stage is what? Doing npm install. That is the first stage. Once that stage is completed, the next stage is what? Doing npm run build. That is the next stage. That stage also completed. Now it is going to deploy the code or not. Okay, which stage? That is deployment stage, right? Somewhere you can find that deployment stage also. Now in the deployment stage, you put the files from where to where? Where to where? From your local to cloud. Now if you observe here, now can I refresh this one? If it is really works, now see the files moved or not. Am I did this one manually or through Jenkins pipeline? Am I did this one manually or through Jenkins pipeline?
Through Jenkins pipelines.
Through Jenkins pipeline or not? Yes or no? Now, here, GoDaddy.Jenkins file, this information is there, na? FTP user information, password information, host information. These all, okay, I'm going to configure in my pipe, okay, in my Jenkins. where I'm going to configure, okay, go to your Jenkins dashboard, manage Jenkins, in the manage Jenkins, system is there, in the system. Okay, here we have the environmental variables are there. There we are going to add all your configuration. What is the username? What is the password? All this information we are going to add it. Okay, that username and password. Okay, it's like not a public, right? So that I don't want to show that one. Okay, so in this particular area you can configure the stuff. Understood, everyone? Come on. What information you have to configure? Username, password, host name, FTP target for directory is what? stays.uijavakit.com. That is the targeted one. The next one is like local build path. Okay, where is your build code? In my local, in my Jenkins server. Okay, in my Jenkins, where it is running. In that particular one, okay, you have the dist folder. That dist folder, whatever the files are there, those files only I want to move it. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir. Sir, it means the project folder, right? The local
Yes,
build.
project folder. In the Jenkins, it is going to, okay, first clone, okay, see here. Okay, in your local itself, you can find that folder. Okay, in the Jenkins. Go to the pipeline, go to dashboard. Your GoDaddy is this one. In the GoDaddy, go to this, okay, latest build. Okay, go to the console output. Okay, somewhere you can see that Jenkins is going to clone this one into their local. Okay, Jenkins folder. Somewhere you can find it. Jenkins path. Okay, here it is not there, but in the Jenkins folder, I will show you this. In the C drive, program files, Jenkins. It's not having the permission, that's okay. Okay, there has a folder. First, they are going to clone the code, and then they are going to build it. Okay, and then the dist folder generated, that dist folder, whatever we have the files and folders, those files and folders move to your stage.uijavakit.com. Got my point?
Okay, sir. So that host name stays dot that one we selected manually in the
Yeah.
GoDaddy.
Yes, you are right. Okay, why? Because I have in the GoDaddy multiple domains. Okay, we have maintaining multiple domains. I created for my uijavakit.com one subdomain for our testing purpose. Okay, that subdomain you have to add it.
So that one we need, if need anything, we need to create the new also, right? The stage.ui JavaScript instead of that we need to
You
create
have to
the
create
new.
the subdomain. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, there has multiple subdomains are there. Already I have the domain deployed in the GoDaddy. See this uijavakit.com is there now. This is our actual domain.
Okay.
This is my actual domain. I created like a subdomain.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay then. Now the next one is like AWS. The next one is like AWS. Okay. Just okay. Now come to this folder. Yeah. If you want to work with AWS, can you do one thing? This AWS CLI in your Jenkins server has to work first. AWS CLI is nothing but the command should work. AWS is the command. AWS. This command is working, right? My Jenkins is running in my local machine. I want to work with AWS. I want to run some commands AWS related so that AWS should be there. My voice is breaking. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. The first thing is like you have to make this AWS command is available in your Jenkins server. Is nothing but where my Jenkins you installed in that particular machine, that AWS command should be there. In that particular machine, AWS command should be there. How that AWS CLI is available in your machine means, now see, HTTP docs AWS is particular. Okay, this is also one kind of software only. Just you can download it and install so that my AWS is available. Got the point? Same like that. If you want to work with Azure, AW command also should be available. AW command. For that purpose, install Azure CLI. So your goal is like you have to install AWS CLI through command line interface. I want to access AWS. I want to install Azure CLI. Okay, to access Azure through command line interface. Both you can install. Okay, you can get the softwares and you install and set the path. So in my mission, my goal, okay, my Jenkins is running in this mission, so that AWS is available or not. First, you can check it. Okay, as well as Azure also available or not, you can check it. Okay, if it is not available, you have to install it. One is like AWS, another one is like Azure. Azure is agent. Agent is the command. Okay, agent is the command. Just agent or AWS. Azure, AWS. Can say yes. AWS. AWS Jetta. Azure agent. Okay, you say come to that, so fine. Now I need a pipeline, right? For what purpose now? For what purpose? I want to deploy our main branch code into AWS now, not GoDaddy, AWS now. For that purpose, again, I'm going to write like one pipeline. See how it looks like? See how it looks like? Same. First stage is like you have to install the dependencies, no change. You have to do like npm install. The second one is like what? Okay, you have to build. You have to build. Third one is like something different. In the past, you deployed the changes into GoDaddy. Now you deploy it to AWS or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? For that purpose, I want to run like one batch command AWS. See this. I want to run like one batch command AWS. If this AWS is not there in your mission, you can get an error like AWS is not found as an external or internal command. So that make sure that AWS is there. Okay. Now once you created your S3 bucket, how to create? I'll show you. Once you create S3 bucket, you have to connect with your S3 bucket or not. For that purpose, I needed like a key and a secret key. Access key and secret key. Once you created this one, your S3 bucket, you have created an S3 bucket, that particular bucket, okay, which folder details you have to copy, this folder, whatever you have, that this folder, I want to copy into my S3 bucket or see, only 3 lines of code here. You have to connect with your AWS first, and then you have to connect with your S3 bucket in the AWS, and you have to copy your list folder into S3 bucket or not. That's it. Okay. Now, how we can get this AWS access key and the access secret, Okay, AWS access key ID and the access secret. Okay, for that purpose, you have to follow some. You have to follow some control procedure to create your AWS access key and AWS secret key. I will show you that one. Once you have this one, you can log in and various Jenkins and system and go to the environment variables, add like a key value base. This AWS access key ID secret key, how we can add it? How we can add it means you can add it like this. Go to the Jenkins, various Jenkins system and click the environment variables, key and value. This is my key, the value you can add it. And this is my access, AWS secret access key. This is one key. You can add your secret key given by the AWS. So first thing is like what you have to do. Can anyone tell me what you have to do? This particular pipeline you have to add it or not. Okay. First do the change in your code. What is the change? Now in the source in the app.jsx. Deploy React application not in the GoDaddy. Where you want me to AWS now? AWS. Now you can commit the changes. We have add one more file or not? Which is GoDaddy Jenkins file. I want to add AWS Jenkins file. That one also you can add. This is my AWS Jenkins file. Copy and come here and you can add it. Yeah. So let's come to our AWS one. Go to our application. First, what you have to do, you have to install AWS CLI. Okay, so that AWS is available or not, you have to check it. Okay, let me show the AWS is available or not. AWS is available or not. Check it. Available. Azure is available or not for Azure. Just you can check that one too. If it is not available, you have to install that CLI. You have to install that CLI. Azure also available. So first two steps are done. This one and this one. The next one is like you have to add the pipeline to your project. Let's add the pipeline. Now this is your AWS Jenkins file pipeline, right? Okay, here if you see first install the dependencies and build and then deploy. So AWS access key and secret access key we need to generate. I have an AWS account, so let me log in first. Let me log in. So AWS console. Let's log in. Sign in into the console. Okay. So this is my actual user interface. Okay, if you want to generate, okay, your access key and access secret key, you can generate from here. So this in your account, the access key and access, okay, secret key. If you want to generate, you can generate like this. You can create an access key. Okay, so once you logged in, you can go to the security credentials. You can go to security credentials. In the security credentials, you can find this one, your access key and access secret. Okay, so once you have the access key and access security key, now in your pipeline, this information and this information already you have. Once you have this information, the next step is like you have to create S3 bucket. Okay, name can be anything. Okay, I want to create one S3 bucket. So first you have to create an S3 bucket and you have to do some configuration changes. You can come here, you can see this is my Jenkins pipeline. Okay, create S3 bucket says create S3 bucket. Okay, so how we can create the S3 bucket? You can log in and then get the AWS access key and the secret key. Okay, go to access key section and click on create access key. Like this, you can create. Now go to S3 services, create a bucket. Go to S3 services, create a bucket. Your bucket name can be anything. These are the steps you need to follow. These are the steps you need to follow. Just create the bucket. You can select S3. Create bucket. Your bucket name. Okay. Yes. Yeah. If it is there, that's okay. If it is not there, okay, it's going to give some error. VDS React, yeah. The next one is like ACL disabled. Next, block public access. Okay, uncheck the block all public access. So because I want to access from outside. The next one is like click on create bucket. Don't do any changes. Directly you can click on create bucket. Click on create bucket. Now the bucket is like create. Create the bucket. Okay, done. Successfully the bucket created. Once it is done, there are some configuration you have to do. Once created the bucket, click on the bucket. This is the bucket now, click on it. After that, you have to change the properties. Go to the properties section. Go to the properties section. Static website hosting and edit and enable. Go to the static website hosting. Okay, if you come down, somewhere you can find static website hosting. You can do edit and you can make it like enable. Okay, your file is like index.html is the root file if it is like a single page application. Okay, and go to the permissions section. Okay, once it is done, you can save the changes. You can go to the permission section. You can go to the permission section. In the permission section, block public access should off. Okay, block all public access is like off. It's already off. Add the bucket policy. Okay, here the bucket policy is there now. You can add it, this information. Okay, this information you can add it. You have to do edit bucket policy. Once you edit it, it is like in the enable mode and you can save the changes. See everything I noted down so that you can add it. What is this one? Unknown error unexpected. Try again later. No problem. Just refresh and you can do it again. Save this one. Save your changes. Policy has invalid resource. Policy has invalid resource. Okay, bucket name you have to change. No? What is the bucket name? You just copy pasted. Bucket name is what? VTS React app. VTS React app is your bucket name. So you can change it. Done. See, whatever we added here, everything we completed the configuration wise. This is the way we can create one bucket in AWS. First you have to log in, and then you have to generate access key and secret key, and go to the services, create the bucket. These all information, okay, you have to check while creating the bucket. Okay, done. Once it is done, you have your AWS Jenkins file. Okay, here you can change the details. Access key and access secret key already added in the environmental variables. S3 sync dist, your bucket name is what? VTS React app is the bucket. Yes, no. VTS React app is the bucket. And region is what? What is the region? Can you go to your bucket? You can see the bucket region where it is EU-north-1. EU-north-1. So this information is okay for us. So now you can commit all the changes, latest changes you can commit it. Azure file also added. Okay, just you can commit. You can say yes. Now sync the changes, say okay. Okay, now you can create a pipeline. You can create a Jenkins pipeline. This is another mission, so that localhost 8080, okay, is my Jenkins NIT, keep me signing. Okay, now done. This is our Jenkins user interface. This is your Jenkins user interface. Here you can go with the new item. One pipeline I want to create. This is AWS one. So you can create the pipeline, and from scratch I'm doing. Okay, say okay. Say okay. Okay, now one pipeline AWS created or not. See this. Now go to the AWS. Now do configuration. Where is your project? Your project is the GitHub repository. So GitHub, okay, VTS deployments is the one. Now you can take that cloned URL. You can take that cloned URL. This is the project URL. Now you can come down. Pipeline script from SCM. I want to take it. This is in the Git. In this particular repository, in the master branch or main branch, in the main branch, my Jenkins pipeline file name is what? My Jenkins pipeline file name is what? aws.jenkins is the pipeline file. aws.jenkins. Now you can save it. Okay. Now if you go to S3, in the S3 bucket, I don't have any files. See this, no objects. I don't have any files. Now I want to copy the dist folder files into my bucket through Jenkins pipeline. So let's run the pipeline build. Now click on the build. Let's run the pipeline build. Now it's like failed. Now you can check why it is like failed. Go to the console output. Now see this. Start by user Naresh ID, unable to find AWS Jenkins file from Git. AWS.Jenkins file is not there in the Git, he said. Now it's like this Jenkins file is like inside this repository or not. First of all, we can check it. Now see, AWS Jenkins file is not there. AWS Jenkins file is not there. AWS Jenkins file is not there. Okay, that means it's not pushed, right? So make sure that Jenkins file should push. my React app git push. Say that has something wrong. Do git pull. Pull is not possible because there has unmerged changes over there. So whatever the changes you have, just you can provide those. What are there has some unmerged changes over there. He said it changes there. Git ignore file is there. Okay, you can delete this file already in that file. Can you do git pull? Ignore underscore modules, and the next one is what? This is the file. The status. Yeah. Yeah. Latest. Now your changes pushed. Now can I refresh? My Azure Jenkins file is there, AWS Jenkins file is there. That's okay. Now can you run the build again? Now do build now. Do build now. Now the build is running. Now you can check. Go to the console output. Now it's able to find that file. Now the stage is supposed to be start. Okay, first stage is like installing dependencies, npm install. Once npm install is done, npm run build, and then it is going to what? And then it is going to copy the files from dist to S3 bucket or not. Now it is authenticated with secret key and everything. Okay,
Sir,
now the build is like success or not. The build is like success. Now if you come to this bucket, okay, here if I refresh, now see this, you can see some objects in the bucket. Now see, there has some objects in the bucket or not. Yes or no? Now, this particular one is like deployed like a static web application. Now I want to run this one by using this domain name. Now it's like AWS domain. Okay, deploy React application in GoDaddy. Deploy React application in GoDaddy, but it's not GoDaddy now. So that you can change AWS JSX, not GoDaddy, AWS. Okay, na? Control S. Now you can commit latest commit. Okay, do yes, and then you can sync to okay. Now again you can give the build. Again you can give the build. Now once it is done, now can I go to Jenkins? Now can I run the build? Now the latest changes is going to deploy. Latest changes is going to deploy.
sir,
Now see, the build is running. All the three stages you can see here. Okay, all the three stages you can see here. it's going on. Yeah. Now, if you come here, if you refresh, okay, now instead of GoDaddy, you should be able to see like AWS. Now it's like deployed or not. Not only me, in this world, anyone can see this or not. Can you try from your end? Can you try from your end? Are you able to see or not?
Sir, I have
Yes or no?
question. Sir, that environment variable we created in AWS, right?
Yes.
That secret key, those things. Then
Yes.
those how it will be take to Jenkins. So
Take two changing means. Can you repeat again?
in Jenkins, we created the file, right, for build all these things. So inside that we created the variables, right?
This is the Jenkins file. Okay, where is that? This is the one. Okay.
So here we have the environment variable, right? So these two, how it will be picked.
How
This
we,
is yeah, this file it will be in Jenkins, right?
this file runs through Jenkins. Okay, this
Yes.
file runs through Jenkins. Yes. In the Jenkins, okay, we created our environmental variables. Okay. Now in the dashboard, okay, in the manage Jenkins, in the user system, okay,
Okay.
here we configure that key and values. Okay, if you observe here, see, we configured environmental variables. AWS access key ID is this one.
Okay.
AWS access secret key is this one.
Okay, sir. So
Okay,
any environment variables we can
variable you
write
can
them.
add here, any environmental variable we can add here. That Jenkins file can use that environmental variables.
Okay, sir. Normally in React application also we can created the
Yeah, we
so
can create, but
yeah.
okay, this is specific to Jenkins, right?
Okay, sir.
You got the point.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the way you can deploy your application in the AWS S3. The next one is like what? Azure, right? Okay, let's go to the Azure. If you want to deploy the
సాయంత్రం ఫాలో
code in
చేసుకుంటాం
the Azure, first let me change this one. Okay, go to app.jsx instead of AWS, Azure, okay, na? Yes. Now let me commit these changes. Latest commit, say yes. Okay, sync. Okay. Now come here, go to your file. If you want to deploy your React app in Azure, first you have to log into the Azure portal and create one app. Which app on web application you can create it. Okay, so first let me log in into Azure. Okay, so Azure, sign in. With your Microsoft account you can log in. It's also free account only. Okay, done. Now first thing is like what? In the app service, just I want to create one web app. I want to create one web app. Okay, in the app service I want to create one web app. Again, you can follow this. App service, create, select web app. Select okay, a resource group. You can select it. Select the resource group. Subscription is like free trial, and select the resource group. If you want to create the new resource group, okay, you can create. Okay, resource group is like a parent. In this there is multiple applications are going to deploy. Okay, resource group you can create like a VTS, for example. Okay, VDS, new resource group you can create the new one. VDS is the resource group. Okay, just you can create the resource group. Once it is done, once you create the resource group, instance details you can add it. Instance details you can add it. First instance details, web app name. Okay, VDS React app, that is the web app. My code, okay, publish the code, you can take it. The next one is like runtime stack. It's like .NET or Java or Node. It's like a Node application, so that you can select Node. You can select Node. The next one is like, it's like Windows, so that it's not enabled Node 22 for Windows. So 20 you can select, and you can select the Windows. Okay. Region you can use like a Canada Central for free. Don't change this one. Okay. It's like a free, right? Okay. Sources, select others. Where is that one? So that's it. Don't change any other things. Okay. Just you can review and create. You can review and create. Okay. See what you did. First, you can go to the app service, create a web app, select subscription. Okay. Resource group. And instance details you can give. The region Canada Central, don't change it, it's like a free. Okay, runtime stack is like Node 20, you can. OS is enabled for Windows. Once it is done, price plan, don't change it, review and create. Okay, done. Now you can create. Now my web app gets created. Once it is done, now you have to connect with, in the past you connected with AWS. Now you have to connect with what? Azure or not. So that if you want to connect with Azure, okay, I want a user and I want password, I want a tenant ID. Okay, how we can get, I asked you to agent the command line interface, make it work in your mission. Okay, so that first in your mission, agent is there or not there, you can check it. If it is not there, you can install AWS CLI, Azure CLI. Okay, now once it is done, agent login, this command you can run it. You can get the subscription ID. You can get the subscription ID. Once you get the subscription ID, you can run this command. Whenever you run this command with that subscription ID, you can get the app ID, you can get the password, you can get the tenant ID. Now see, app ID is nothing but username, password, tenant ID. So that information you can get it. Okay, whenever you run these two commands, now see, my app, by default, my deployment is done. My app is ready. Okay, what is my app name? My app name is what? VDS is the resource group, right? My app name is like my VDS React app is the one or not. All the apps, if you want to see, you can see this one. See, VDS is the resource group. VDS React app is my application or not. Okay, now this is my default domain name. If you click on this one, you can see some default Microsoft related content. You can see, I don't want this one, I want my own content or not. Okay, done. Now, once you have that information, you can write the Jenkins pipeline. Now, as usual, npm install, okay, build is like same. If you come to the Azure, okay, deployment, now see, I already told now, in your local, okay, see this, where your Jenkins maintain your code, where your Jenkins is like maintain your code. Okay, here it is like program data, Jenkins workspace. Okay, your application name, okay, your app name, this is don't hard code, your app name and your dist or build folder. Okay, dist or build. Some applications giving like disk, some applications giving like build, whatever it is. Now, if you come here, okay, if you go to our application, we have Azure Jenkins file is there. Okay, do the changes. Now, CD program data, Jenkins, okay, Jenkins workspace, Azure dist not, my React app. Okay, my React app. If you want to check it, you can check. This is the workspace for Jenkins. This is the workspace for Jenkins. Okay, now see, my application name is what? My React app is the application or not. Inside this one, dist. Got my point? This is the local folder. Who is maintaining this one? My Jenkins is maintaining your code. So from this particular folder, go to the dist. Okay, they created one folder. All the dist files they place in the My React app folder, and they created like a zip file, and they connected with your Azure and deploy that zip and remove that zip file or not. Okay, these are the commands. These are like a batch commands. You can run it. Okay, see here. These steps here are important. Azure, you have to log in. Okay, you have to deploy this one. Your resource group and your app name, you have to change it. What is your resource group? Resource group VTS is the resource group. What is your app name you created? What is the app name you created? VTS React app is the one you created or not? VTS React, yeah. Okay. The next one is like from where to where you have to Microsoft Workspace, My React, yeah. These are the changes you have to do it. Got my point? Now you can say Azure Web App deploy. Okay, resource group VTS. Okay, in the VTS resource group, this is the web app. From where to where? Okay, from this particular zip file, you have to deploy it or not. Once you deploy that zip file, you can delete that zip file. Done. Got my point? So you can commit it. Okay, once you committed, you can create the pipeline. Now go to the dashboard, new item. This time the pipeline is like Azure. Go to the pipeline, click on OK. Click on OK. Okay, here the GitHub project. This is my GitHub project. Copy it. Go to the pipeline, GitHub project. Okay, the next one is like pipeline SCM. Now the GitHub in this particular repository, in this particular branch, the pipeline, okay, the file name is what? What is the file name? Azure
Azure.
Jenkins is the one. Okay, that particular file you have to add it. Now you can save. Okay, now you can start build. Okay, if you get any errors, we can fix those errors. Now come here, go to the console output, and you can check. Okay, first it's going to take your code and do npm install. Okay, and then run npm run build, and then deploy to Azure. 3 stages is going to run. 3 stages. Just wait. Now it's doing npm install. Now, what is that Jenkins pipeline? It's like failure. Okay, now you can check it. Cannot find the path specified. See program data, Jenkins workspace, my React app dist. Okay, this folder it is not able to see. npm run build, my React app build. That's okay. Now you can check this particular folder, a particular path. It's not able to find workspace Azure. Workspace Azure. Okay. Now cd go to my React. Yeah. Now see here, it is like C program files Jenkins Azure. Na? So that It should not be Azure. My React app. Something we did a mistake somewhere. Azure Jenkins. Can you check here? GitHub. AWS Azure Jenkins. Workspace my React app. This is the folder you should have, right? Now check it. Dist folder is there or not there? Yeah, dist
Sir,
folder.
sir, we given dist folder in git ignore, right?
Dist folder is
Git ignore we mentioned, right?
no. Git ignore. It is like not committed in your GitHub. It is like
Okay,
Jenkins, right?
okay, okay.
This is Jenkins. Observe here. Okay, it is like Jenkins.
Okay, okay, got it, sir.
This is related to Jenkins, no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This cannot find the path. See program data. See program data. Can you check it? See program data. Inside this one, Jenkins. Inside this one, dot Jenkins. Inside that workspace. This is the one. Inside that one, uh, yeah, see this. Based on your pipeline only, it's generated the folder or not. Okay, we did a mistake. It's like Azure correct only based on the pipeline. So your pipeline name is what? Azure, na? Yes or no? Yes or no? Your pipeline name is like Azure only or not?
Yes, sir.
Based on the pipeline only, it is going to generate the folder. Okay, so that now it is, you can save this one, you can commit it from here, you can commit latest commit. Yeah, yes, you can do push, say okay. Now you understood, right? In the Jenkins wherever it installed, based on your pipeline, that code they clone it and do npm install and npm run build. Npm install generated node modules, npm run build, okay, create a dist folder. In the dist folder, whatever you have to zip it and you have to deploy it. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you changed so that can you run the build again? Can you run the build again in the Jenkins? Now, once you run the build, now come here and go to the console output. Now the zip file, okay, it's like trying to deploy. See, this command is running. So mostly it's going to deploy your zip file now. Once it is deployed, it's going to delete that zip file. Okay. Now in the dist, okay, if you come here, okay, my React, yeah, zip file generated or not?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now this zip file is going to deploy and it's going to delete that zip file and everything is like okay, it is going to delete that. Okay, now it's like deployed. Now it's deleted or not, that zip file. See,
Yes.
now once it is like deployed successfully in the Azure, deployed successfully, now you can see this URL. Now it should visible our content. Okay, what is our content? Deploy React application in Azure or not. Now if you come here, You deploy the React application in GoDaddy in the stage.uijavakit.com. This is the domain. Okay, subdomain. In the AWS, I created like an S3 bucket. In the S3 bucket, it's deployed your application. And this is your Azure, it's deployed your application or not. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to share details of your repository. At the same time, I want to share a workshop. These three files anyway you have. This Jenkins, okay, notes also I'm going to share. Okay, notes also I'm going to share. Let me add that notes. Paste it. Can commit. Latest.
CLI link, can you please paste that link?
Yeah, I'll paste it. Sync. Okay. Now let me share you that repository with you. Okay. This is my repository. Okay. It's like public only. Don't change anything. Just you can use it. Okay.
Sir, Azure CLI link, can you please paste in that note?
Azure CLI directly you can get it. Install
Okay.
Azure CLI.
CLI.
Okay. Directly can get it from official websites. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Explore Azure. Okay. You can get that software. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the three files are important. Okay, and you can go through this notes also. That notes. Okay, I committed that notes. Yes, that notes also committed. Just you can go through that notes also. Okay.
Okay,
If
sir.
you have any questions, you can feel free to drop a mail. trainings@btschool.com. You can drop a mail so that we can respond. Otherwise, you can drop a message in the WhatsApp group also.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining. I'm going to share this video in your YouTube channel. I'm going to share that link in our WhatsApp group. Just you can go through that.
Okay, sir.
Okay then. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.